Hello, and today I'm going to talk to you about why I think hay is my favourite mulch. And make sure you wait around until the end of this video so that you can see how to make your very own hay on a small scale. So one of the reasons that I like hay as a mulch the most out of all mulches apart from compost probably is because it's so useful. So like here, I've got it being used as a mulch to grow hay, so earthing up hay. Or you can use it as water retention. You can really use it as anything you like. And that's the first reason why I like hay the most, as one of my favourite mulches. So another reason that hay is one of my favourite mulches is because it's just so readily available. In here in Wales, where it rains quite a lot of the year, we have quite a lot of long grass. So one of the ways to get rid of it is to cut it, dry it out and use it as a mulch. Because I find using it when it's damp and not dried out, you tend to get more slugs and other things that you don't really want, and it goes quite slimy, just like with grass clippings. So the final reason why hay is one of my favourite mulches is because it's so easily storable. So you can make loads in the summer and you could store it in old compost bags or something over winter. And I find that because it's so dry, it tends not to sweat as much. So I like to dry my hair out really dry. So then when you have it in a bag or in the shed or whatever, or in your garage over winter, it'll really not sweat that much, and it's really easy to store. And even if it does sweat and hay does spoil in your shed, it doesn't really matter on a gardener's scale, because you're not using it to feed animals, you're just using it to cover the ground. So that's why I like it as well, is because you can store it easily. And now I'm going to show you how you can make your own hay. So to make your very own hay like this to use as a mulch and store over winter for mulches or whatever you want to use it for, you need something good to cut it with. So this was I cut this on Monday or Tuesday and it's currently Friday. So it's quite good really for a few days. And it's been about 20 degrees consistently every day here this week. So these are just some shears that I used to cut it. But I mean, if you're on a bigger scale, like in an orchard or something, then you could be using something like a scythe, like Hugh Richards has got. But on my scale, I just cut a few banks every here and there in my garden, and also on the other side of my garden I've got a bank as well that's got quite long grass, which is where this came from. But another tip I'd say is try not to let the grass go to flower, so cut it just before it goes to flower or goes to seed, so that then you won't get a problem with weeds in your garden. But if you keep up mulching, you shouldn't get too much of a problem. And in terms of slugs, some people don't like it because it encourages slugs because it's damp soil underneath and it's good cover. What I'd say for that is, well, I mean, I don't really worry about it because I don't really get too much slugs, especially when I use mulches here. So if you want to know more about dealing with pests, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell to make sure you're notified when my Monday video comes out about pests. So one of the benefits of being on a small scale making hay is that you can rather than waiting until the summer, the peak of the summer, like the farmers do with their big fields, you can do it as early as April, like I am here. And I just use a bucket like this. So if it's going to rain or there's going to be condensation overnight, I'll rake this hay up every evening, I have been this week, just in case of condensation. And I've been putting it into this bucket, and I've just put it away in my shed, and then I empty it out early the next morning when I wake up. And I find this a really good system. I've done this for the last 2 years. So it really is, I've tested this system out and I've used it for 2 years and it really does work. So another thing with making hay that you got to bear in mind is in the day, when it's on one side, especially when it just starts drying, you're going to get one side that dries out like this and another side that'll be like normal grass. So what you've got to do is you've got to turn it. So you can either use your hands if you're really small like this, you can go over like that, or what I use is a rake, and I put it in a pile and then I sort of flick it around a bit. And this also helps really get the air through it as well, which will also help dry it. Because if it's completely flat down, it won't dry very well because the air can't get through it to take the moisture away. And I also think what I do is if it's not a very sunny day, so say it's overcast but it's quite a breeze going on, what I would do is I'd put it, rather than as thin as this, maybe have it a thicker layer so that it gives wind to pass through, and the wind can help dry it rather if there's less sun on that day then. So I hope you learned how to make your own hay on a small scale in this video. If you did enjoy, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring the little bell so you know whenever I upload a new video. And also, on Monday I'll be uploading a video about pests, so that's another reason why you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like the video also and comment and say what you think of this video, and if you're going to make your own hay on a small scale. I'll see you next time.